Hey everyone, I'm Colt from TheTechReviewer.com, and in this video we're going to take a quick look at the Zeiss Batis 25mm f2 lens. If you are interested in reading a more in-depth written review, I put a link in the description below in addition to the product page URL from a reputable retailer like B&H Photo. The Batis 25mm sells for a rather steep $1,399 and was designed primarily for use with Sony's newest line of compact mirrorless cameras such as the A7R2, A7 II, and A6300. Its design is very compact, measuring in at only 3.19 inches long and weighing only 11.6 ounces. When you couple that with a compact body like the A7R2, the result is highly portable, easy for travel, and operating handheld for long periods without getting tired. The Batis line has some unique design elements which set it apart from the traditional lens. First off, if you take a look at the focus ring, you'll see that it is made of an unconventional, almost generic looking rubber material, and there aren't any physical focus markings anywhere on the lens. Instead, there is a little OLED display that will show real-time information such as focus distance, depth of field, range, the current aperture settings. And I think this OLED concept is a cool design, although I really think it's more of a novelty than something I think that is all that practical. For example, I gladly prefer a version of the Batis 25mm which harnesses a more traditional design with physical focus markings and a contoured focus ring that doesn't have the annoying fly-by-wire focus over this new design, as I think it would be more practical even if it had less of a cool factor. As you'd expect, the Batis 25mm comes with a lens hood and harnesses a metal 67mm filter thread. Since this is a native lens, the biggest advantage of the Batis on the newer mirrorless bodies is the full support for all of the autofocus modes, including lock-on AF and IAF. Performance-wise, I put the Batis 25mm through its paces and was pleased with the results overall. Optically, it offers sharp images throughout the range with its sweet spot at f4. Chromatic aberration and distortion are present in some images, although both are so minor that an untrained eye would never really notice it, and I really only noticed it when I was zoomed in at 100%. The biggest problem optically is the rather heavy vignetting that the 25mm experiences when used on a full-frame body. Throughout my testing, noticeable vignetting was present throughout the entire aperture range. While vignetting is easily removed in post for photography, it can be a bit more time consuming to remove when shooting video, so that is something you'll want to consider if you plan on shooting video on an A7S or A7S II with a 25mm Batis. However, if you jump down to an APS-C sensor like on the A6300 or an A7R2 in crop mode, the vignetting is toned down significantly and can be used without the need for correction in post in most situations. AF performance on my A7R2 is really quick and responsive in both well-lit and low-light situations. Since this body, along with the A6300, utilizes the newest autofocus system that Sony offers, you'll see the best autofocus performance when shooting with these two systems. Switching the lens over to my FS7, which has a much older autofocus technology within it, the results when using AF for video were significantly worse, with some hunting and stuttering when tracking a moving subject. I'd prefer to be manually focusing in a situation like this anyways, but with the focus-by-wire design and awkward focus ring itself, this makes for a very unpleasant experience all around. Ultimately, I think the Batis 25mm by Zeiss is a lens that is best suited for photography on one of Sony's newest mirrorless bodies, like the A7R2 or A6300. The small and compact design are a nice pairing with these lightweight camera bodies, yet the unique design itself is more cool than functional in my opinion. Optically, it is perfect, yet most of the issues are very minor or simply can be removed in a few clicks in post, so I don't have too much complaints here. However, if you are a video shooter who prefers manual focusing over autofocus, or will be shooting video on a full-frame sensor, I think there are better, more affordable options in the market, sold for other mounts that can be easily adapted to E-mount, and will perform better without the burden of an unpleasant manual focusing experience. Thanks for watching. If you found this review helpful, please subscribe to our channel and give us a thumbs up on this video. Thank you.